Well, hello, and welcome back to Neptuna Fish Tarot. My name is Alicia. We're going to do a collective reading for Wednesday, March 10th, 2021. And we have a very, very uniquely different reading for today. And I'm kind of excited to see where it goes. As you can see on the table, I only had 3 tarot cards pop out of my cosmic deck today. And I decided that that was enough of a message because I did have 4 Black Moon astrology cards come out. And then I did have also, what's the name of this deck behind here? Oh, yeah, the Lightworkers Oracle. Yeah. So, super interesting reading. I'm going to just get right into it. I mean, we just have the 3 cards. It's the Seven of Pentacles into the Ace of Cups into the Wheel of Fortune. And so really that message is kind of simple. The Seven of Pentacles, I mean, we can just look at the picture. This person is in a very desolate looking scene, and it looks like the seeds that they've planted, they've done, everything's dead. Everything is dead here. There's absolutely nothing left. I think they're just looking down. I don't know if it's in disbelief or maybe it's more dismay, like, now what? But we see the Ace of Cups in the very next scene, and here, the Ace is the beginning, and clearly it's birthing forth something quite gorgeous, and the cup is overflowing. The emotions have come back online. Okay, we went from a dry, barren place to a wellspring of flowing water, stars shooting out of the top, right? So clearly an abundant new beginning bursting forth. And that would be supported by the Wheel of Fortune, because in card 10, the wheel, this is for all of life, right? I mean, we always get to a place where life just naturally changes. We end cycles, we begin anew. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. There's nothing really magical or mystical going on here. But I think when we get into these oracle cards, this is where the story really begins to unfold. So we've got Mercury, the mercurial mind. Mercury, by the way, is ruled by both Gemini and by Virgo. We'll come back. We've got the 7th house. The 7th house in astrology is always to do with partners, our one-on-one partners. And this is Libra's house. We'll come back to that too. After the 7th house, we have the 8th house. This is Scorpio's house. The house of endings, death and rebirth. In tarot, that would be the death card. So we see a lot of these themes just in these 3 tarot cards. There's death and rebirth right there, right? And with Leo, that's, Leo rules the 5th house. That's I will. That's our creativity point. That's where we manifest our greatest desires into being. Leo's ruled by the sun, and so being a fire sign, it's all about having those egoic desires, those things that, well, it's literally the birth of children too. Like the fifth house rules children, and it rules the I am, the individuation of a person as they develop their beinghood. And the fourth ray of harmony, I was actually going to read on this card, but basically the number 6 has to do with the way that we are harmonious within our relationships and our ability to, as you can see, emanating from our heart center. And so this ties in very, very well with the seventh house of partners. And so I feel like the message here is that where are we ending old relationships in order so that we can begin anew? Because I feel like the clear message is that there is something that we are birthing into creation. There's a desire that, we're allowing an old flame to die so that a new flame can be reborn. Our focus right now is on creating those harmonious relationships, those harmonious patterns. And so the Wheel of Fortune would seem to say, yes, these are going to naturally, we're going to have cycles that end and cycles that begin. But this really and truly has been a theme, almost daily for a while now. Where can we get out of these habitual mental patterns that we, these rationalizations that we use that sort of guide the way that we move about our lives, and the way that we relate to other people, right? Because at this point, we are being asked to focus on how we can be more in harmony with others. Okay, so what kinds of patterns do we need to allow to end? What kind of relationships do we want to allow to end? And what kind of mental patterns do we want to allow to end? Because our partnerships are on our partnerships are being called into focus for us to look at. And don't be surprised that at this time, things are going to fall away. Things are going to die because they've outlived their life. There's nothing else to be gained from them. The earth has been scorched. There's nothing more that you can do. And really, the only thing to do is to resolve, to pick up the new that's being birthed and that's being born into your experience. And the question is, what would you like that to be? Because really, this is of our own creation, and this is really, all up to us to decide. There's no rules about it. You can stay in an old, stuck and stagnant pattern. That's perfectly fine. It's certainly up to you, but it would seem that with the wheel here that's probably going to become more and more uncomfortable, and perhaps more and more impossible at this time. So, yeah, kind of a simple message, really. But these are the themes that we are being asked to look at. And so, yeah, that is our message for tomorrow, March 10th, 2021. And I will be back tomorrow with another message, and I hope you all have a good evening. Bye.